Hey folks, you've seen this guitar before, so this video is not specifically about this guitar. This is just an illustration of something I want to talk about. So if you're like me, and I guess some of you are, because you're all guitar nuts, aren't you, to be watching this channel, you keep your eye out for online sales of blems and seconds and blowouts and stuff like that. And this came from last weekend's Orangewood Blem second sale. I'm sure some of you got the ads on that because they're very, very good with their marketing, this company. Very, very contemporary with their approach. They don't have any dealers, they don't have any middlemen. They have these made, shipped to California, and they have a small team in California that supposedly does full setups, and I have no reason to not believe it, although some have questioned it. And ship them out from California, although they're made in Asia. But anyway, the deal was they were blowing out a lot of seconds and blems that were perfectly good guitars that had small cosmetic issues. So I decided to get another one of these cedar top. It's the Oliver version. It's an auditorium solid cedar top guitar. It's not one of their new all solid guitars that are in the 500-600 range. This is a normally around a 220 guitar, which is a good deal for a solid cedar guitar, considering you get the bag and free shipping and all that. Anyway, I decided to pick one of these up because I got basically about $40-50 off on this sale. And what do they mean by blem? Well, there's not really much wrong with it. It's not the prettiest cedar top that I've seen. It's got some dark streaks here, which doesn't really bother me. The grain's a bit uneven. You've got some crooked grain on the wings here. Again, not really a big issue at this price point, but I have seen prettier cedar top guitars. And then it has one little ding, looks like a pick ding here around the rosette, which you're not going to see on the camera. It's just not going to come out, but trust me, there's a little tiny ding here that you can only see as you look down from my perspective. Otherwise, nice rosewood board, no sharp fret ends, although it's only been here a day, so that, I'm in a dry climate, so that could start protruding as the wood shrinks. No real issues on this guitar, no cracks, no chunks, no binding coming loose, no loose neck join or crack in the heel. Nothing wrong with the join at the headstock or any tuner issues. No fading of the logo. Nice rosewood faced. No rusting keys. These are nice anti-rust black cap keys, the rubberized caps, which I like, which tend to feature on these guitars. So just that little tiny ding, and perhaps it not being an A-grade looking cedar top are the reason why this got isolated as a blem. So good so far. The sound, not bad, plays well. Nice articulate sound. However, doesn't quite have the darkness or the depth that I want from a cedar guitar. So I'm hoping that this will warm up a little bit over the next few weeks. And with cedar, you kind of have to play them in a little bit. So when you get a cedar top guitar, you kind of need to give it time. It'll open up the more that you play it. So this one will stick around and I'll play it. But to be honest with you, it really doesn't sound any better than the Manhattan that I set up a week ago, which is 125 plywood spruce dreadnought that they make. So that was slightly disappointing, although this obviously is a smaller body guitar, so it's not going to compete with volume on that guitar. That guitar seemed to have more warmth, and it was a spruce top, so that was slightly surprising. So if anything, but now I play it in this little room, it's starting to sound better. So maybe that's just something that will work itself out. But when I get a cedar top guitar, and you know I love them, I like a little bit of bottom end. I like a little bit of warmth as a fingerstyle or finger picking player. Yeah, so that's the draw for me of cedar. And some people think mahogany is darker than cedar. Some people think cedar is darker than mahogany. I think mahogany is kind of a mystery, if you ask me. I've had some mahogany guitars that are very, very light and tinny and trebly, particularly laminates. It depends on the graduation of the top. It is a denser, harder wood, whereas when you get a spruce or a cedar top, it's a softer wood, and often that affects the sound with a little bit more depth, in my opinion, although a lot of people will tell you that mahogany is naturally the darkest. I don't think it's that cut and dried. In my experience and with my collection of guitars, it's the cedar ones that seem to have the most bottom end. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I have also purchased a guitar from the recent Guitar Fetish blowout. That's another online seller that is famous for selling the Javier line. And I'll show you that when that arrives, and I'll give you the same report. But I think, to summarize, I think Orangewood deserves the acclaim and the reputation that they're getting for being good bang for buck guitars with reasonable attention to detail. I've had the odd one. I've had about 7 or 8 Orangewoods over the last couple of years. I've had 1 or 2 that have neck issues or fret issues, but I bought them used, and possibly they were returns, which is why I got them cheap. But by and large, most of the Orangewood guitars I've had seem to have been set up as promised in California, particularly the new ones that I've got, or the ones I've got directly from them. So I've no reason to disbelieve their claim. It's getting harder and harder to find a solid top guitar in the $200 price range. The prices are going up, and particularly with cedar. The other cheap cedar that I buy often is the Idlewild from Monoprice, and that's up to $300 now. So at $200, or if you can get this on sale, I think it's a good deal, particularly because it comes with the really nice Orangewood bag. These are nice bags, backpack straps, padded, and usually they throw in some accessories as well. So was the Blem sale a success from Orangewood? I would say yes. I would say I'm going to watch this guitar to see how it performs as the wood opens up on the top. So it may get better, it may not. This may end up getting moved on for a student guitar. It's perfectly fine. I'm just looking for a specific quality in order to keep it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because you may have seen the ads, and the sale's still going on. So hop on to the Orangewood site and see what they've got left. You can get about, if you use both coupons, you can get about, I think it's 20% off, and they're already fairly cheap. So just thought I'd share that. Pick up one of these, or maybe one of their all solid guitars, and let me know what you think. Alright folks, see you next time.